And we're back live from ISTE 2015. We're here at the Bloggers Cafe. I have 4 amazing EdTech companies with me. I want to start by asking you guys to introduce yourself and who you represent.
Cool. Hi everyone, my name is Emily Gover. I am the Community Manager at ImagineEasy Solutions. We are the EdTech company behind the website EasyBib.com, and ISTE 2015 is also our official launch of our 2 new products, ImagineEasy Scholar and ImagineEasy Academy.
I'm Aaron Sherman. I'm the creator of StoryboardThat. StoryboardThat is the world's best way to create storyboards and graphic organizers. And with over 1 million storyboards, hopefully you'll create the next one.
Nice. My name's Andy Shea-Sabarian. I'm the CEO and co-founder of PledgeCents.com, otherwise known as Bake Sale 2.0. Basically taking the traditional school bake sale methods and fundraising and moving it online and making it easier, more efficient, and helping teachers create their dreams into the reality.
I'm Derek Teller with Celly. I'm the EdTech specialist there, and we're a group communication platform, and we're launching our crowdfunding feature here at ISTE 2015.
Well, thank you guys for coming on here. It is really, really nice. Is this your first ISTE? Is anybody here for the first time at ISTE? What do you guys think?
Overwhelming. I'm totally burnt out by day 4, but it's been an amazing and wonderful experience, and I'm hoping they'll take me back next year again.
Now, Andy, you're now from Philadelphia. We can say that, right?
We can, yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say now.
So what is it like to be here in Philadelphia and then suddenly, boom, 25,000 educators are all right in your backyard?
I think you would think it's a strategic move, but I think we just got really lucky knowing that ISTE's here, and then maybe next year we might have to make a move to Denver right before too, and have that fortune of 25,000 people coming in that backyard too. But it's been awesome so far.
Now, Derek, we've seen each other at several ISTEs now. What do you think as far as how is Philadelphia handling all of this? How is the city of Philadelphia for an ISTE?
I think I like it this year more than last year in Atlanta. It's a lot easier to get around here, and I think they did a really good job of organizing at the convention center, and everybody's just really friendly in Philly, and I'm having a great time.
Nice. Aaron, when you're here and you're preparing, what are some of the things that you as an EdTech company do to prepare for 25,000 educators all slamming your booth?
I think we spent 3 weeks just designing this brochure, and just crazy, but how much time and effort that takes, but we really want to make sure we knew the answer to every question we thought we were going to be asked, had a picture for it, and just really thinking everything through as a team so we were prepared for just about anything.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this. When do you all start preparing for ISTE? We just had Matt Harris on, who's the chair of the ISTE board, and he says that he's already preparing for Denver and beyond and beyond and beyond. When do you really start to prepare for this?
So at ImagineEasy, our team, our marketing team is pretty small. We're only about 5 people, and we're a pretty strong unit, but because of that we have to start planning out relatively far in advance. So we started brainstorming what we were going to do for ISTE in March of this year, and before that we had, we would do it maybe 6 weeks before, but we left 3 months to plan. We knew we wanted to have a lot going on at the booth. We wanted to have some valuable swag to give away because everybody loves free stuff, and we coordinated a cocktail hour too. So we had a whole bunch of different events going on, and with such a little team we needed to give plenty of time. So about 3 months for us.
Yeah, what I did is I went back through the Twitter feed from ISTE last year to try to get an idea of how things go, and then also local teachers in the Pacific Northwest. I always ask them about what they think about ISTE and what they get out of it, so I can kind of get the framework for the educator perspective.
Yeah, for us, we've been focusing a lot. Probably, I'd say, kind of with you guys since March or so forth. But for us, it's a little different. We've been focusing on more building relationships than trying to reach out to the 25,000 masses. More kind of the quality, not the quantity, has been our direct for the first one, and it's been already overwhelming. So
when we're looking at a conference like this, or a mega conference like this, we're looking at networking, right? We're looking at how are teachers managing with other teachers. We're here at the Bloggers Cafe. There's about 100 or so people that are networking. I've had a lot of teachers say, I'm not going to sessions, I'm just here for the networking. Why is it important that your companies are here at ISTE?
I think for me, one of the big things is we've been in business 3.5 years, and we've had hundreds and thousands of conversations with teachers, and just being able to meet them in person and shake their hand and say, hey, thanks for all that great feedback you've been giving us all this time, and glad to meet you, and here's a sticker. It's just a really nice thing to do.
Yeah, I think one of the great things about going to these conferences, especially one as big as ISTE, is that you can sort of create these face-to-face human interactions and build those relationships. And it's so much of an intimate experience than it is. We use Twitter all the time. I'm sure you guys do too, and that's a great way to connect with people. But to really build up a community and to show people who you are as a company, there's only so much you can communicate through words, and being able to talk to people face to face and engage with them and just show them that there are real, genuine people behind these products. I think that speaks volumes to everyone here.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because there are a lot of companies right now that are building these teacher alliances, these teacher focus groups. Why is it important for EdTech companies to be working with teachers on that corporate level?
It's in my mind, it's huge, and the reason is kind of touching on both their points. It's the relationship building. It's the fact that I was at the EdTech Bridge meetup last night with Steve Isaacs and some others, and the conversation there was why are EdTech companies, what we do bad a job of, I would say, is the fact that we get stuck behind the computer so much, and we're not actually out and talking with teachers. We're not actually relating to what they go through on an everyday basis, and we don't put ourselves in their shoes. And so being forward and building relationships allows us to be more human, and actually relate to them and know that, hey, from 8 to 12, they're going through this usually. From 12 to 2, they're going through this. And having a basic understanding of their daily routine is good for us to know for growth.
Yeah, kind of to echo to that point, I think in the tech industry, especially in the startup world, companies often get caught up in their own idea, and it's really important, especially in EdTech, that the idea doesn't get in the way of what teachers really want. So it's important for Celly. We always, our feature sets usually are based on feedback from teachers.
I can't agree more. It's same at StoryboardThat. We're sitting in a private office. We're not teachers, or I'm not a teacher. We live and die by feedback from our teachers of, this feature is amazing, make more like it. This feature was awful, kill it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. Aaron, you said you're not a teacher. Talk to us about the genesis of StoryboardThat. How did it get started? Why is it important that we have this? It's an awesome product, by the way.
So, I think very different than most EdTech startups. I came out of a corporate background, and one of the things I noticed in myself and a lot of other people that I worked with is we really struggled with 3 things: critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. And I said, I want to make people in corporate world's life better, knowledge workers' lives better, and I said, a storyboard is such a powerful way to organize your thoughts and present them to other people. Put this application out on the internet, and it was picked up by a couple EdTech blogs, and about 20 minutes later, teachers started buying the product that was meant for businesses. At which point, I went out and I found as many teachers as I could find as quickly as possible to explain what was happening, and retailer the product, and really aim it towards teachers.
And because of this, you now have this network of teachers that you can go to for help on other projects.
Absolutely, and I speak with that network all the time. So we're constantly asking, what can we do better? And we have a few new products in the works we're excited to announce in a couple months, and it's all from teacher feedback.
Now, Andy, your business with PledgeCents, it is all teacher feedback. Tell us a little bit about what PledgeCents is and how you're really helping out, because you're doing some amazing work to make sure that students are getting resources that they need for their classrooms.
Yeah, so we're basically tagging on to the crowdfunding craze, if you will. But what we've done is we've actually been focusing on K-12 specifically, and a lot of our back-end stuff and building relationships that help teachers not spend $1.6 billion, right? And help kids get more experiences, opportunities. I think one of the differences that we focus on is, as a kid, when you're in a class, at least for me, I remember the experiences and opportunities more than I remember chapter 3 in my English book, right? And so how can we, as PledgeCents, help teachers think of some crazy ideas that they want to bring to reality, but they just can't because of lack of funding, or the budget doesn't support it? And well, through our platform, we've been able to now put about $250,000 in our first year back into classrooms. And we have a lot of exciting things coming up in this back to school season that I'd love to say, but obviously the suspense is killing. But so we're doing a lot of stuff, again, to focus on allowing teachers not to spend so much money out of pocket and helping students get those opportunities they deserve.
Now, Derek, we're EasyBib, StoryboardThat, PledgeCents are mostly EdTech focused. I remember when you and I did our podcast together, Celly has been used in a global sense, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's often called the Swiss Army knife of group communication tools. We do a little bit of everything, and so in one sense it's very general. We were kind of put on the map through activism and through a lot of use by nonprofits and communities. And then the teachers started using it as well, and now 80% of our customer base is probably education related. So we really thrive off of teachers and what they've done for us.
And how are teachers using Celly?
Well, the simplest way would be in and out of the class group communication. That could be with parents or with students, and you can do that without having to share your personal information, so it's good for a school environment. But we also have quizzes and polling, and now fundraising built right into our platform. It's device agnostic, so it's really good for schools that have a wide demographic of income levels and devices.
Now, Emily, EasyBib and TeacherCast have had a great relationship for, I keep thinking about this, 4 years.
Yes.
One of my first podcasts. And now, instead of EasyBib, it's ImagineEasy Solutions.
Right.
Talk to us a little bit about going from one solution to a network of products that a company. Talk about the expansion and how that all works.
Sure. So EasyBib.com is the most popular online bibliography and citation management platform with over 50 million student users every year. My two bosses, Neil and Darshan, started EasyBib when they were in high school back in 2001, and the website just kind of sat on the internet for a while until about 2008 when they left their corporate jobs and started focusing on EasyBib full time. And at that point, they established the parent company ImagineEasy Solutions, but all they had was EasyBib. So pretty much up until this year, we've just said, oh, I work for EasyBib. EasyBib's going to be at ISTE. But as a result of these two new products that we have developed, which came about from analyzing EasyBib's user data and also talking with teachers from around the world through Twitter, Google Hangouts, etc., we've become something much more than just EasyBib with Scholar and Academy. So as a result of that, we're now just going all out as ImagineEasy Solutions. So that was an added challenge that we faced this year because we wanted to brand ourselves. It's sort of a launch party of Scholar and Academy, but also our new brand as a company. But it's not even that new. It's always been ImagineEasy. We're just trying to get the word out about it a little bit more, I suppose.
Now, was that a decision that you made based off of user feedback, meaning everybody was happy with EasyBib, let's try something different, or you have another idea, let's move with it real quick?
You mean for like our new products with Scholar? It was definitely more based on teacher and student feedback. So what we do every year is we analyze the user data from our 50 million student users, and I've been working at ImagineEasy since 2012, and what we've been seeing is that students, with EasyBib, they cite their sources, but we would ask them, if you didn't have tools like EasyBib or Citation Machine or BibMe to help you, would you still cite your sources? And more than half of them said no. And then we asked, well, how often do you use an outline when you're writing your papers? And more than 60% of them said, I don't use an outline, what are you talking about? So a lot of the data that we were pulling from our own website as well as from other external studies is that students don't have the support to practice close reading and digital literacy. And so what we did is we took the power of EasyBib and we built it into Scholar. And Scholar supports them still with their citations and their research management, but we also built out an annotation tool and other features so that they can practice digital literacy and sort of become stronger writers as well.
Well, Aaron, let me throw this over to you because one of my favorite products is called Photos for Class.
Thank you.
And I found it, I was playing with it, I looked at it and I said, oh, Aaron makes that too. This is awesome. Tell us a little bit about Photos for Class, but more importantly, I do want to ask you the same question. You've got StoryboardThat, this is going well, the nation loves it, and you're like, I want to try this now. What is the, right? Take us through this decision to make this business jump.
For me, the actual name of my company is Clever Prototypes, and the reason it's Clever Prototypes and not StoryboardThat is StoryboardThat is the first of many tools about improving critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. And so it's really, we want to make a suite of tools that are very, very powerful, simple to use, that make people's lives easier in that problem set. And so Photos for Class was a logical extension of, we kept hearing that getting photos in a classroom setting was really, really challenging because you do a search and photos are not appropriate for the classes. They are copyright protected, and to your point, students don't cite them.
Right.
And we said, well, we know how to solve all those problems. And we made this search engine, Photos for Class. It is real simple. It's got a big search bar. You type in what you want, beautiful photos show up, you hit download, and it watermarks it with the Creative Commons license. It watermarks it with the name of the photo, a photographer, and the URL where it came from. You drop that into a PowerPoint, a Google Slide, a Word doc, and you've already cited. It's just done.
It is absolutely amazing, too.
And it's awesome. Yeah, I was like, well, why don't we just build this? We can do this.
But what about the feedback? How are you getting feedback? Because I know with you, and we've talked about this on the other shows, if a teacher sees a photo and they don't like it, they can immediately give you feedback. You can change your business on the fly.
Yeah. And so the way filtering works in Photos for Class, which is really an extension of just how we work as a general company, is if you see something inappropriate, you hit report a photo, and every day somebody from the team goes through and makes a yes/no decision if we agree with the filtering. But if it's a more bigger issue of just an entire word none of us thought of, a teacher emailed like, hey, this word you didn't think of, but our 7th graders did. Why don't you check that out and deal with it? They'll email us back and forth, and we're like, yeah. And then we'll ask as a team, or we'll go to Urban Dictionary, what other words?
Nice source.
Yeah, no, it's
What other words are like this term that we didn't know because we're a little older, hiding in our office? But we really, rely on our teachers giving us this information, and because it's crowdsourced, every day the product gets even better, and each day it's just a stronger filtering engine.
We use this term crowdsourced as nothing. And a few years ago, crowdsourcing, nobody heard of this term. Andy, you're now trying to take crowdsourcing and bringing it into the classroom. What ways are you helping teach your teachers? I think I'm saying this right. How are you teaching your teachers how to crowdsource?
That was one of the things we had to do was educate the educator, right? And we spend a huge amount of our time with relationships and actually engaging in conversation with our users. And so we have, if a teacher goes on to use the site or a parent goes on and uses the site to raise money and they're just unsuccessful in raising what they wanted to, a lot of my time and a lot of our team's time is spent on why not, and becoming better at telling them the narrative of what you should have done and how can we learn from our mistakes. And so what we've been doing this past year is understanding more of those teachers, parents, nonprofits who weren't successful in raising their money and understanding why, creating now a nice, easier, concise kind of report that we can scale a lot quicker to new adopters who come on. And so the teacher who's been in the game for 30 years and has never used online fundraising or online anything, how can that person be successful? And doing that off of our research on general crowdfunding the past 3 years and off our own PledgeCents research, it's all about relationships and getting feedback from them.
I love the relationships. I'm sitting here looking at this going, all right, I got EasyBib, I got StoryboardThat, I got PledgeCents, I got Celly. What is the one thing that you guys kind of have in common? And it really is about teaching kids how to be better communicators, whether it be through creating a set of storyboards or putting up a photo that shares exactly what I need, or being able to reach the world through their mobile devices, or get through grad course, by the way.
Awesome.
Why is it important that we create these solutions to teach kids how to be better communicators?
Well, I think sort of the curse of the internet age is just there's a lot of noise, and you really have to sort of think critically and learn how to filter through sort of the scams and the hype, and so it's really important that EdTech companies especially kind of lead the way and provide tools that sort of quiet down the noise and allow teachers and students and parents to get richer communication.
Yeah, I totally agree with that too, and I think just being able to filter out and find what information out there is credible, because there's so much out there and people take, what I say, they take things at Facebook value, because I'm sure you guys have seen this too. If you open up Facebook or Twitter, people are posting Onion articles and people will be completely outraged at this terrible thing that they said, and there's just no critical thinking of any type of information that's out there. online. And I myself, I'm a librarian, so of course that's sort of like rooted in my core, and we have teachers on staff and we have librarians on staff, so we are all very much driven by that mission and that sentiment at ImagineEasy. So
I think I have a slightly different take on it, although I agree with everything. To be successful in the workforce today, you need to be able to be a very powerful critical thinker, communicator, collaborator, and if you don't have those skills, you won't be successful. And I want to live in a world where we have more successful people. I want more inventions. I want to live to be 500 years old. So I need this generation that's coming up to make better medicine to save me. So, it's very selfish.
Yeah, clearly.
I want the next generation inventing more things for me. And so, therefore, I'm throwing in my part to help them critically think.
And that's Aaron's candidacy for president, actually.
That's right.
He just ran for it right now. So.
Guys, I want to say thank you for coming on here. Anybody that's listening to this might say, how do I reach out? How do I help out? How do I get in touch with these companies to say, look, I use your product. What are you looking for from a teacher? Are you looking for a big email that goes, I love you, I love you, I love you? Or are you just looking for, hey, this is broken, I need you to fix it? What can we as teachers do to reach out and communicate? And second of all, how do we do that?
So I know for us, with these 2 new products that we have coming out this year, we just need people to be open and honest and critical of that. So Chris Aviles, he's on Twitter, Teched Up Teacher. We have been consulting with him for a lot of our new marketing materials and just having him read through and use our new platforms. And he just sends us the most brilliant emails, because he just says, basically, here's everything that's wrong. Send this over to your code monkeys. Tell them to fix it. Here's why they need to fix it. And he gets it. He's awesome. And he tells you from both a teacher perspective as well as why it would benefit the students. And in terms of reaching us, you mentioned EdTech Bridge before. Steve Isaacs is my hero. He's wonderful. Twitter is, I'm sure you guys all know and agree that it's an incredibly powerful tool. And when Scholar came out in beta, we just, we sent it out to people who were already using EasyBid, but we also just wanted to have people who came in with a blank slate and didn't have any, prior brand loyalty to EasyBib and just wanted to use this as a platform unto itself. So we did a lot of outreach that way and just garnering feedback through Twitter, and Chris's sassy emails have been invaluable.
Well,
so.
Look, he's in South Jersey.
Listen, that's what he tells me every time he sasses me. He goes, listen, I'm South Jersey. It's like, how many times are you going to say that, even though it's true?
Wah wah.
So
Yeah.
we love getting emails that say how wonderful we are, but the emails that really help us are the ones that are brutally honest, that say this could be a lot better. Don't worry about offending us. I've got a big ego. It'll be okay. And you could reach me personally at aaron@StoryboardThat.com, or you can reach our support staff, support@StoryboardThat.com, and our website, www.StoryboardThat.com. But we love the feedback. Don't worry, you won't hurt our feelings. We want to make the best possible products, and we only can do that with honesty.
Yeah, I think to Aaron's, I agree to disagree, and to Emily's, in the fact of saying, we love obviously the positive responses, but I personally want all the negative responses, because the positive is just going to say, okay, well, I know what I'm doing, and it's just reassuring it, but in order to make PledgeCents what we want to make it, it's all the millions of negative comments that I need to fix and build, right?
That's what helps you grow.
Exactly, and that's how you want to go. And so, like, I was meeting with a lot of teachers here, and they're saying, oh, PledgeCents great, this and that, and that's awesome, but tell me what I suck at, or stink at. Excuse me. Tell me what I'm not good at, and all that kind of stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, next year in Denver, we're going to have a panel discussion. It's just going to be Andy and everybody who's ever emailed him.
I would love it. No, I mean, it's. I think it goes to the fact of, for us EdTech companies, it's the idea of, kind of, Jeff, what you're asking is, what can teachers do better? I think it's the fact of just being open.
Yeah.
Being open to the idea of innovation, being open to the idea that we don't know all the answers, but we're willing to give you the answers if you work with us. And so, kind of the shout out for us is PledgeCents is Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. My email is andysHEA@PledgeCents. So feel free to bombard me with what I suck at or what I'm not good at, please.
Greg?
Well, on that point, email is great for support and getting feedback, but really, we're really big on authentic communication. So dialogue in any form, two-way communication. That could be on over Celly or through Twitter, but also just face-to-face or a phone call, old-fashioned voice. We do get a lot of great feedback from teachers just by talking to them that way.
Nice. Guys, I want to say one more time, thank you so much for being here. Let's start with Derek, but tell us a little bit about where we can find you. Give us your website, Twitter, birth date, whatever you want to do. And,
Social security number.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I live in Portland, Oregon, so if you are in the area, stop by the Celly office. We have an open door policy. We'd love to chat and get coffee with you. If you want to check out our new Kickstarter for Schools feature, just go to cel.ly and you can read about it there. And then you can email me anytime. It's darek@cel.ly.
PledgeCents, again, at PledgeCents on any social media account you want to go to. My email is Andy, again, SHEA at PledgeCents, or info@pledgecents.com.
And if anybody wants to take you out and just tell you everything about your site, that's
fine. Don't come to Philly or Houston, and I'm good.
I'm Aaron at StoryboardThat.com. Our website is www.StoryboardThat.com. Our office is in downtown Boston. You're always welcome to stop by. We haven't had an open door policy because we never thought of it. No one's ever asked our address, but if you ever want to see it, you're welcome to check us out. And thank you.
Cool. So ImagineEasy is located in Midtown Manhattan. So if you guys are ever near Bryant Park, New York Public Library, feel free to swing by. You can find us online, ImagineEasy.com. Our new product Scholar is at iescholar.com. I'm on Twitter. My handle is EdTechJam because EdTech is my jam. Not like the spreads, that you put on toast. And if you want to find ImagineEasy, we are at ImagineEasy as well. And my email, if you're into that, is digital snail mail, Emily, EMILY, at ImagineEasy.com.
And if you're looking to learn more about these great companies, you can, of course, check out TeacherCast. We have done podcasts with all of them. We'd like to continue doing podcasts with all of them. Is that okay, Andy?
Sounds good with us, yeah.
We will be back more from the Bloggers Cafe here at TeacherCast Live from ISTE 2015.